All right. Get it.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
Last week, next week we're going straight to the playoffs. Saturday we'll probably do the
now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second to incompletion, and now it's second and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Then have Sunday be the championship.
They'll set up a throw. As he throws there,
Sunday be the championship game, and then the week after, finally, is the Super Bowl. I'm still deciding how we're going to do this. Talk to the fellas after. Ladies is good.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
These Steelers jerseys, I love these.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
I don't even get my book out yet.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away.
I didn't even get my book out. We good. 58. Thank you.
Fielded just inside the 20. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft.
Yeah, so today
a quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book,
stats,
he's an asset to have in any offense.
Top fives.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple,
I'm not even going to do a
it.
top 5. I'm just going to do a top
Well
3.
done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that's incomplete.
Come on, King. Step on him. They ain't going to do nothing. Yeah, I love those
So the failure to
jerseys.
connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw.
Jailhouse jersey.
Able to find the
so
open
gone.
man. That's complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
See, that's all you got to do all day.
For a Cincinnati score.
All day.
A big play there.
Day. That's all you got to do.
74 yards.
They can't stop
and the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point forthcoming.
I think he's a good coach.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
I mean,
so they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score.
This not even your team, bro. This
the kicking
is
team out now for the Bengals
as
they
AFL
send this one away.
Right, you good? You good?
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
2nd and 6. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Oh, shit. That's B-Dot. Oh, y'all got B-Dot. Oh, shit. Y'all playing against B-Dot still. That's crazy. I was like, who the hell is that?
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5.
Yeah. Dolphins
He'll look to throw.
Ravens up next.
They'll get this to his
I decided
That's
to keep
Pat
him on the
Freiermuth.
schedule because
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Oh, he's gone.
20! And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football.
So basically, I tried to make sure all the
legs as well. What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They'll look to throw now on first down.
Oh, yeah, they got him.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 20-line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
No. No.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
This is just
now throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
It's a nice change up to see him in the block.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very low.
I forgot to say his name is
from the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Yeah, so
they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
Let's see if the Steelers could break
every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Oh, some strong running. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bengals offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's had an early impact on the game. Sensational so far. And they'll likely be looking to find more ways to get him involved. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a 2nd and 7. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Ain't got nobody really special.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Okay.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. And he's got this down to the 35. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now back to throw. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rodriguez. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and now it's 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver and pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Yeah, everybody split up.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. He'll drop to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Castillo. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Miller. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Touchdown, Bengals. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
I'm going to need another touchdown.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
Come on, beat up. You going to let them walk all over you like that? Y'all want to be technical. That's not good.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
Make it interesting. Try.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, Those three guys up front,
Oh,
the
stop
nose
playing.
tackle, and the guys they call the
Joseph,
defensive
you
ends,
smoking
they're
something
usually
now
big,
from my
big
14
people because they're going to have to eat up a lot
no,
of
it's
blockers
not.
because usually 5-on-3. And when they
got-
do their job well,
I got
guys who
35
play on
to
the inside, those inside linebackers,
6.
they will just roam and hit.
Let's say 35-6.
On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than
so
that, can you? I mean, this is the way you
y'all might
practice
be
it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Again, he'll drop to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Finding Miller once more, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Oh, that's a touchdown, bro. Oh, come on, Maddie.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw.
No, not the floater.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Just punch it in. Give the ace it.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a...
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
I need a good something.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Or a fumble, too.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
A short one there to Freiermuth, and he goes out right around the 39. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as the tackle made up at the 48-yard line.
I'm rocking with the Steelers.
They'll look to throw here. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Yeah, after these games, we're going to dunk it and grab and pop. Then I got to do this, the stats for all the teams.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Got him.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. Well, no sooner did the teams get to the locker rooms, and they're running right back out. Halftime over, third quarter, ready to go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Those are your best player is like an 80-something overall. Well, besides B-Dot. Wait, so you
the Bengals
fan
set to
or not?
receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
I was curious.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead.
Yeah, so it's a guy for still. Yeah. Yeah, I figured. Isn't the Bengals Steelers rivals too? Divisional rival?
The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
I'm not familiar with the other teams as far as their rivalries, but
they'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field.
He
had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon, just about everything's gone right. There's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots it.
The other teams,
here's second and 10.
They're not extra, but for some odd reason, the Cowboys just have to be extra. And this
He'll look to throw.
It's definitely the
to the right side, complete to Miller. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Relax.
They'll set up to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now imagine dealing with that your whole life. Imagine dealing with them Dallas. It's sad.
2nd and 1 from the 2. Now it's Miller running right. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there. And even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Convince me of some BS like Jerry Evans to his I don't even hate the Eagles like that. I don't hate Washington.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the...
The
Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Don't run the ball. Don't run the
They'll
ball.
play fake here on first down.
There you go.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
You got a couple of catches, but you missed a big bomb. His king over there.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Why are y'all running the
ball? He tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game.
A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
Now back to throw.
Oh, they got him.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's Cameron Johnston now,
so
as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yards.
I said, what, Kenny's going to get 5 touchdowns? You only need like 2 more.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right?
Isn't
this kind of like
down,
that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On the counter, it's Miller.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, we got an audible.
They'll drop to throw. Underneath for Miller. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Yeah, that's looking like a run play. They got fatties up front.
A 1st down carry now for Miller.
That's a crazy
good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice the game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, what I tell you about the floaters?
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
So it looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He'll drop to throw. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown!
Good job, Kyle.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
I just need one more touchdown.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Mid-season, they ain't do nothing at all. Jack Gidley squat.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a Bengals score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Finds Pickens outright. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Fighting
through pressure.
Okay, good job,
no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Pick him off.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down. They got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller.
Yes, good job, Rachel. Yeah.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Castillo. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Inside handoff now, Miller. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this.
See, they're going to have that draw. I told y'all. Have that draw. I love it. I love draw plays.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
I think the Rams still got it.
Now the try here for the extra point.
The defense can do some wild stuff like a pick and return it to the end zone.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
So I think you got
just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
I thought you had 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Oh, God.
Okay. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throw out wide is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. Gee, you figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again.
Hail Mary. Oh, they got him.
Pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach has plenty to say about this game.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. Oh, they gave up for the 4th time today.
Yeah, they gave up. Yep, this game's over. GG's.
This is taken at the 18. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
I feel it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll try to right side here with Miller. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
that's it. That's a wrap.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.
King, 25 of 30, 298 yards, 4 touchdowns. Asa Miller, 57 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. King got 27 yards rushing. XO got 112 yards receiving and a touchdown. Cisco got 83 yards receiving. Asa got 40 yards receiving. Carlos Castillo, 32 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns. That's crazy. Legend got 28 yards receiving. Adebuye had 3. Quay Wallace got him a sack. Nico Lombardi got a sack. Sirach Velasco got a sack. Chris Jones, Cameron Hayward. Wait. Oh, shit. Where's 24? Yeah. No, Armani definitely got a sack. Wow. Okay. There we go. Sapp with 7 tackles as a high man. Lorenzo Legend with 5 tackles. All right, that's about it, and everyone else. All right, cool. On to the next one. We got Dolphins playing the Ravens, and then finally we got Texans playing.